Welcome back. Slow and steady trading. So last time we was on, which was yesterday, we was up $9 in one stock. Now I think $4 some change in another stock. Not really too much exciting day, but it's slow and steady trading. As long as you do it, you slow and steady gonna climb. And the goal is to build an account to where the more it climbs, the more you make. So that's it. Now let me get into the news and technicals and all that about the stocks that I choose to buy. I don't know anything about them. I don't look up no news. I don't see what's going on. I don't check no PE ratios, debts to earning. I don't look at none of that. I'm a technical trader. Like I said, I just set up a bunch of alerts. I recognize patterns in the market and set indicators to identify the patterns that I want to choose. And when I get my alert, I just play by pattern. That's the goal. Because I'm not investing. I'm trading. I'm swing trading. Buy today, sell tomorrow. You know, every day. Something going up every day. And you know, something going down too. So no, I don't look at no anything about the stock besides what it's doing at the moment. That's what I care about. So let me see what else I can hit on in this video. So if you made it this far and you've seen the other video and you liked and you subscribed or comment, whatever, I appreciate that. But the goal is, like, to build an account slow and steady, and just keep doing it over and over. Your personal, I don't know, I guess stock trading account. So people tell you, like I say, to get in this game, I'm gonna keep reiterating this. You don't need no bunch of money. I mean, everybody would love to be debt free, but you don't need to be debt free. Like I said, you can stay to stock $20 and under. Buy you one share here, two share here, just to help you learn until you figure out what you want to do. Then you can up your game. Now, believe it or not, in this account, I started with $100. Yeah, I took losses and took gains. It just been, money put away that I was able just to put away in the account and play with it. So the money that's in the account now, been in there, I don't know, over a year, right? I mean, not the 600, but I used that account, a $100 account, to play with the stock market, or get into the stock market, or learn the stock market and learn trades. Like I said, I need to have the emotional part, so I need to use my money. So as I got better and better, seeing some consistency, trying a whole bunch of different setups, losing, winning, losing, getting in stocks that go up big, getting in stocks that go down big, which, like I said, I only been buying 1 or 2 shares, so I learned it. So the days it was up big, I was like, damn, I wish I had a couple thousand on that. And then the days it went down, I said, I'm glad I didn't have a couple thousand on that. But recently, I think I've been at a point where I can just trust what I'm doing to put my money there, whether it's up or down. As long as the upside is way bigger than the downside, and just let it ride. Like I say, I'm going to work. I don't have time to sit, at least not at this moment, to sit and look at a chart in the morning. And I mean, I review the charts, but I'm talking about sit down and watch it and get in and out and scalp it. It's going down. I need to jump in. I need to jump out here and there and there. I ain't got time for that. At least not right now. So find you something, which I did, that's slow and steady. The stock I got in yesterday. Talk about value. The stock I got in yesterday. When I got in, I think only 300K shares have been traded. Now, these other people on YouTube, other traders that you see, 300K, they would have never got in there. I mean, which I understand. I guess if you're going in with hundreds of thousands or $50,000 to try to make you a quick little flip, maybe you feel like you might move the stock too much. There's not enough value. I mean, I guess so. But we slow and steady. We talking about the average person like me. Moving real slow and just climb up during the day. That's what I'm looking for. Because when I was in the market, starting out, you see all these people making these trades and things like that, and they're doing it real quick. But you have to be real quick, or know what, be I guess a professional, or know what you're really doing in order to be that quick. Because if you can make the money real quick, that means you can lose it real quick. But one thing I noticed is I look through my stock screener and see what all stocks are doing, at any given moment in time. I notice every day there's something that will run the whole day. Now, when I say run, I'm not talking about going to change your life run, but it'll do it. You have stocks do it nice. Let's say anywhere between 5 to 15% on the day. I mean, that's good money. And there are stocks that will run all during the day. Not jump up, wild, and you make 20% in 1 minute. No, you might take 20% over the entire day on that stock if you stay in there the entire day. So I say, well, why am I trying to be like these YouTubers, these fast trading YouTubers? Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of YouTubers that talk about investing or swing trading or buying stocks on the weekly and whatever like that, but they're not the ones that's really highlighted too much, but they're out there. So I'm just saying this for the person that's like me, so I can talk like me, the person that see this stuff and figures a way out, and you got an interest in it, and you got a, I guess maybe some kind of technical or financial mind where you can understand concepts of trading and stuff like that, and what you're looking at on the screen. Of course, it's all a learning process. But if something strikes you to get into it, and if you're a person like me, I just think seeing all those fast traders early in the morning getting big moves and getting in and out, and then the market open at 9:30, they're done trading by 10, and they're out on jet skis at about 12. Or they're riding these fancy cars. Get that out your head. That will come, but you can't think about that too fast. You can use it as motivation, but don't use it as but just use it as motivation. But what I'm saying is, it ain't gonna be no easy process. Like I said, I've been on and off. I've been doing this for, I would have to say, at least 6 years, 5 to 6 years, messing with stocks. But at the same time, like I said, I took breaks. Stuff wasn't working out, and like I said, I was new, trying all different things you see on YouTube, and I took breaks. Then one time, I took a real hard wrong turn and started looking at Forex. Wrong turn, I'd say, for me. That was a big distraction. But I came to looking at maybe setups where I can just put my money and just ignore these quick flips. Just get it slow and steady and just let it run and be in a stable place. I don't, when I buy a stock, when I get into a stock, I do not want volatility. I can't handle it. I mean, I can handle it, but in my position, like I say, you see me driving to work now, I'm not sitting there looking at a stock screen all day or a chart all day. Before work, doing work, after work. I could check what's going on my phone, but I can't be no master trader for my damn cell phone. Right? So I'm saying, for the average person, it is possible for you to learn and get into this. And you listen to people like, I guess, with this Dave Ramsey fella talking about don't have no debt before you. I think it was one episode, somebody was asking about stock trading, and he was like, get rid of your debt. But I know he's a big no debt person. But yes, it's good to get rid of your debt, but you don't have to get rid of debt to learn how to trade. because you'll never, if you go by that, you'll never really start learning like that. Because you're like, oh well, I gotta pay for my car, my house off, and credit cards. Well, that's more reason you need to be learning, not to be waiting till you clear all your debt to start making trades. Trades are commission free now. Well, on some platforms. Now you got other platforms you pay for other things if you're a super trader and got all kind of big setups. But I'm talking about for like Schwab, Rebull, Robinhood, the average person. Buy you one share of something just to see your money move. It's only gonna be pennies on a dollar moving, but you're gonna see it moving. It's gonna be your money. So that's the way I did it. That's the way I did it. Right. Like I said, the stock I got in yesterday might be about 300K shares traded for. I think at the end of the day, it ended up, maybe about 2 million shares traded. And it went up. It just didn't hold the gains. But it came back down to about where I got in. Because I got in at, what I believe was a good support level. And if it's, like think about it. You got to think about it. People, it's a mind game. Right? When they tell you how to get in the stock and what stock to get in, you got to think about some of the stuff backwards. Like I said, it depends for your setup, but for me, why would I want to get in a stock that got high volatility? Why would I want to do that? I need to be there before the volatility comes. And if it don't come, then oh well. I'm not shaking in my boots. Because think about it, if it's no volatility and the stock kind of just chilling, now anything can happen, any kind of news can drop, but if it's just chilling and there's no volatility, what does that kind of sound like to you? It kind of sounds like it's support. It ain't moving, it's stuck right there. Nobody's trading it, but it's sitting right there, wherever it's in at, $2.95, wherever, it ain't really moving. But ain't nobody trading it. Now, that sounds like support to me. Right? Just think about it. So some of the stuff you hear, in my opinion, it's all my opinion now, about trading and all that kind of stuff, it's to set you up not to do anything unless you're in the position that person is in already got a bunch of money, and you're going to sit down, and have eyes glued to a screen and, don't have to worry about whatever. Like I say, this is slow and steady trading. Now, we're going to get to a point where the slow and steady trading is going to start, snowballing. That's the goal. And we're going to get there. Now, will I become some kind of guru on YouTube saying I know everything, showing fancy cars and jet skis? I don't know. Maybe I'll get there. But, right now we ain't there. And when you ain't there, looking at people that is there will waste a bunch of your time. Now, I say you can't learn nothing. You can learn what, certain technical indicators are, certain setups and all this kind of stuff. So you can learn some stuff. I'm not knocking all of it. But just be careful. I'm just saying that, and I like to hit on that at one point. I waste a bunch of time looking at so-called some of these YouTube traders when I did learn meanings of things, of technicals, but at the end of the day, the way I trade, and what I do, the people that I watch ain't doing it, but they making money. But like I say, the market, any kind of way you want to make money in the market, you can. It's a situation for every, I guess, scenario you're looking for. Like I say, if you're looking for the scalp, you just gotta know how to find that situation that's set up for the scalp. You're looking for the swing, you gotta find a setup for a swing. You're looking for to hold your stock for 5 years, find a setup where to get in for, you can hold it for 5 years. Like I said, so the market sets up for anything you want to do. You just gotta know how to be in the right place to do it. So I don't know anybody that's trading or they set up so how they do. I just knock if you're an average person that don't got a ton of money to throw into these stocks, that you can get into these stocks and trade and work your way up without having a bunch of money or, you know, or being debt free or something like that. Anyways, I know I've just been rambling in this video. Like I said, it's the beginning of the channel. I'm warming up. So if you're here, I appreciate it. I guess we're going to get into the chart now and do a recap of what went on yesterday and what I think about it. And let me see. We're going to do a recap of what went on yesterday. And yeah, I think I'll do that. And then we'll close it on out. Slow and steady trading. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll be right back on the chart. Slow and steady trading. Okay, we back. I think yesterday we was at 680. So we had 685.73 today. And this CTMX, which we was in yesterday. Let's see. Got in at 402. It's currently at 397. So we down $5 in this. Now, just to give you, I guess, a scenario or overview how I'm looking at this, I think I put $400 into this. I'm down, you know, $5, and I've been in this all day yesterday. I'm still in it now, and you know, I haven't blown my account. But this don't look like it's gonna be a big mover. But I'm just showing you an instance when I'm down. If I let's go to the chart, it's okay. Now these are two picks we had yesterday. Like I said, I always keep the spy here just to see what the market's doing. So I like to keep the spy there. But out of my alerts, this is what I got. And granted, it might be some days that you might not even get a trade. But slow and steady, what we do is we patient, we slow, we steady. But once we see that setup, we go hard. Okay, we go hard. This is a $600 account, and well, $685 account. And I put $400 on that stock. Now, what is that? Y'all do the math. What is that? 90-80% of my portfolio? Yeah. So yesterday we did CTMX. Now, I think maybe the day I should have been here, might have been here, which was on the 21st instead of here. I think it just got out a little too far and I think it just ran out of steam. But, you know, we was in a decent place, so it was all right. So I think it's just cooling off, and we got in on the cool off on that one, and we should have been here on the go. This might have been like the warming up. It was gearing to do. I guess this might have been the start of the breakout right here, but we probably should have been here, but we should go over here. But that's that. And currently sitting at 397, but it's showing 390 here on Trading View pre-market. But we'll see, because like yesterday, it might open and go up a little bit, then it'll sell. You know, because I put my sell order in before the market even opens. So as soon as the market opens, wherever it's at, I'm getting out, have my money free to go to the next thing. So comment, like, subscribe, and I'll come back at the end of the day and see what we picked and see where we at and see where we going. All right, so we on lunch break. Got a little time to see what's going on. So we sold CTMX this morning. I see where it executed at. Let me see if I even got that information. But wherever it sold at, put me down $2. Okay, I get more detail in the recap. It's just a lunch break. And we found OLN this morning, and we bought let's see, 24 shares of this. All right, so we up $7.92. Not a whole lot of money, but it's green. And keep in mind, this is scalable, so if you got $10,000 to throw at this stuff, you know, you can make as much as you put in, right? But let's look at so what we found so far is OLN, GTM, QXO, OPRX this morning. And we got OLN. So we got in close to open at 2008. Stock is currently at 2041 when I'm looking at this. We have a couple dollars in this. So this, could possibly have some after hours pre-market movement as well. But yeah, like I say, steady running, slow and steady. Slow and steady trading. See how I got to look at it. See how the line chart look? That's what you want to see. You want to be able to just get in there all day and get something like that. Slow and steady. All right, so I'll holler back at y'all after the trading day. All right, still in OLN. End of the day, trading day is over. We up $5.28 in OLN. From the $2 loss this morning, just to account at $3.28 for the day. So it's a slow day, but it's slow and steady trading. Now, don't get it twisted. You ain't seen nothing big yet, but it's coming. Like I said, you do this consistently. Well, I do this consistently. And like I said, you might make a bunch of money, or you might make a little bit of money. As long as you're in a position where you're not losing a ton of money. And just rinse and repeat. So let's see what happened with OLN. This is it today. So we got in $20.08 right now. Is at closed at $20.30, but pre-market says up $20.45. So we'll see what it do. Hopefully we get a nice little pop in the morning and sell off, and we'll go on to the next thing. So that's what happened. I guess we could review some other things that was on the watch list real quick, which was TTM, which ain't none of these really moved big today, but they didn't lose big today either. But you see myself a little dip in the rip. So, and to be honest with you, it looks like you actually probably could stay in here a whole nother day. So we'll see what tomorrow holds. But it looks like this you might be able to get another day out of that. And XQO had a pretty solid day, up 5%, 5.23%. That's pretty solid. Now, mind you, like I said, I'm not looking for a bunch of volume when I get in these stocks. I play these creepers, which is OPRX. Didn't really do much today, but you didn't lose. Like I said, I look at this on the daily, on the line chart, if this thing will load. Well, trading views acting stupid right now. Anyways, but you get what I'm saying. Here we go. Like gradual steady up and ride to the side, or steady up all day. That's what we're looking for. So we'll be back tomorrow. See what tomorrow holds. Comment, like, subscribe. Slow and steady trading.